Welcome to Paris, France,
Bienvenue Paris.
and Battle Bus. Battle Bus is the only hop-on, hop-off boat tour in Paris. Now this video will give you information about tickets and the 9 locations and the tourist attractions available at those hop-on, hop-off locations. On y va, mes amis!
I was just a glimmer back in 69. Thank you.
Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Battle Bus, the only hop-on, hop-off boat tour in Paris. Now, as you can see, we just got our tickets. Now, it was a one-day pass for 19 euros or a 2-day pass for 21 euros. Now, it seemed like a no-brainer for us. We got the 2-day for 21 euros. Let's go check out these 9 hop-on, hop-off locations and the tourist attractions. You can buy your tickets online or at any one of the 9 hop-on, hop-off locations. And you can see from this information, if you buy them online, you can save 2 euros. Now, I just want to point out the advantages to Battle Bus. You have unlimited journeys for your 1 or 2-day pass. You can hop on and hop off wherever, whenever you want. I think it's the most relaxing way to explore the city, and the 9 hop-on, hop-off points are right in the heart of Paris at major tourist attractions. They also have a very high score from TripAdvisor and Google. Another piece of information I found helpful was that with the app, you can plan when to be back at the hop-on, hop-off location in time in order to catch the next departure. First stop is the Eiffel Tower. The icon of Paris is a landmark that symbolized French culture around the world. Originally considered an eyesore, it won the people's hearts as soon as it was opened. Towering over the city at 984 feet, it has been an inspiration for tourists and Parisians ever since. Secondly, there's Trocadero. It's a 10-minute walk. The perfect perch for viewing the Eiffel Tower and taking pictures is just across the bridge. And thirdly, there's the Aquarium de Paris, a 7-minute walk. The Paris Aquarium is the world's first aquarium and the inspiration behind the famous novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Explore the 37,000-foot space under the city to see over 500 species of marine life, including a huge shark tank. Okay, time to hop on the boat. Next up is Les Invalides. Les Invalides takes you back to a historic time in France, the era of Louis XIV and Napoleon I, and the soldiers who fought for its sovereignty. The first monument is Hôtel National des Invalides. Built as a tribute to soldiers, this single complex is home to a long list of places to explore. Next, you have the Musée Rodin. This is a museum as a tribute to the famous sculpture Rodin. And lastly, we've got the Assemblée Nationale. This is where the laws of France are debated and passed. Located in the Palais Bourbon, the Assemblée Nationale is worth a visit. Next stop, Musée dOrsay. The super chic 7th arrondissement of Paris runs from the antique dealers on Le Bon Marché Quai to Rue de Bac. With beautiful architecture and upscale boutiques, this is the left bank in all its glory. Musée dOrsay opened in 1986 in the old Orsay train station. The museum houses the world's largest collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art. Musée Mayol is a who's who of the international art world. For shopping, Le Bon Marché opened in 1852. Le Bon Marché was the first department store in the world, now a temple for luxury brands and high-end amenities. Next stop, Saint-Germain-des-Prés. Jean-Paul Sartre is just one of the most celebrated French artists and intellectuals who have a history with the Saint-Germain-des-Prés neighborhood. Starting with the Pont des Arts, this footbridge connects the Louvre to the Saint-Germain the Saint-Germain area. Sketchers, painters, and photographers flock here for its views of the Seine River. Église Saint-Germain-des-Prés, originally built as a Benedictine abbey in the 6th century, it is the oldest large church in Paris. It also is a registered historic landmark. Jardin de Luxembourg. Get in some reading next to the magnificent Medici fountain, work on your tan in one of the green chairs, watch tennis players volleying a ball, or see a Tai Chi class. This sumptuous garden holds a special place in every Parisian's heart. Next stop is Notre Dame. You are literally in the heart of Paris. Paris was born on Ile de la Cité. Explore the island, home of the kings in the Middle Ages, their places and gems of Gothic architecture. Cathedral Notre Dame de Paris, the most visited place in France. It took 2 centuries to build this masterpiece of Gothic architecture. Admire the stained glass, the rose windows, and gargoyles. Fontaine Saint-Michel de Paris, one of the gateways to the famous Latin Quarter. The focal point on the top of the fountain depicts a struggle between good and evil, and Archangel Michael conquering the devil. Saint-Chapelle, a marvel of Gothic architecture. St. Louis built Saint-Chapelle Church to house the relics of the Passion of Christ, which include the crown of thorns. Next stop is the Place de la Concorde. It features an imposing obelisk given to France by Egypt, and it's a perfect place to start if you don't want to miss anything on the Champs-Élysées. Notable monuments are the Arc de Triomphe, the stone sentinel towering over the top of the Champs-Élysées. Napoleon I commissioned the Arc de Triomphe to honor the French army's victories. At its feet, the flame flickers eternally at the tomb of the unknown soldier in memory of all veterans. Secondly, the Grand Palais. This is where the greatest artists exhibit their work. Its majestic glass roof is itself a masterpiece of industrial-era glass and steel construction. And then there's the Point de l'Alma. Here you will find an exact replica of the torch on the Statue of Liberty. Later it became a gathering place and a memorial to Princess Diana after she died in a car accident in the tunnel below. Next stop, Louvre. This is the arts district of Paris. A stop not to be missed. Immerse yourself in thousands of masterpieces at the Louvre Museum and browse the shops on the Rue de Rivoli. The monument Musée du Louvre is not to be missed. It is the most famous museum in Paris, but it's also the largest museum of art and antiquities in the world. The Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo are here. Next up is the Palais Royal. It's a 16th century private residence to an 18th century scandalous meeting place. The Palais Royal is now a peaceful, cultivated oasis in the heart of Paris. Next is the Jardin des Tuileries, centrally located between the Louvre and Place de Concorde. Next stop is the Hôtel de Ville. It is your jumping off spot to visit the Marais, the Pompidou Center, and the Rue de Rivoli. Plus, in the wintertime, you can go skating in the huge rink installed outside. The Centre Pompidou is a museum. It is home to Europe's finest collection of modern art. And next is the Place de Vausage. You'll immediately notice that the complex of red brick buildings with the slate roofs make the public square unlike any other in Paris. Square Henry VIII in the middle is a perfect spot to take a breather as you explore the city. Next stop is Jardin des Plantes. Inside Le Jardin des Plantes is a museum of natural history. Visit 200 animal species in the menagerie, 7,000 species in the Grand Hall of Evolution, and mind-blowing dinosaur fossils in the Paleontology Hall. Also, you have access to the Arab World Institute. And not to be missed is the Pantheon. I hope you like Battle Bus as much as we did. It's such a relaxing way to see Paris. Bon voyage!